to Heroes of Greyhawk is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language and explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned. My friends, in our last session, the Golden Shears thrust open the crypt door to unveil a nightmarish tableau, a land devoid of color, eerily familiar, a bizarre reflection of emerald meadows. Now a spectral wasteland drenched in shadow and gloom, a pale echo of its former self. Before them, a savage battle raged, undead monstrosities, gnolls, orcs, ogres, goblins clashing with ghostly warriors of human, dwarven, elven, and gnomish ancestry. Determined to unravel the arcane mystery that warped this reality, Nori crept from the tomb, her eyes fixed upon an ancient gnarled oak, beneath it a weathered stone marker, beckoning with the promise of some sort of revelation. With bated breath, she approached this ancient gnarled oak, hoping that the stone beneath it bore the mark of St. Cuthbert, to match that of the holy medallion she'd used earlier to reveal the cleric's crypt. But alas, it did not. In fact, when Nori presented the medallion, the holy symbol of St. Cuthbert and the medallion itself crumbled into ash. Confused, maybe frightened, Nori surveyed the epic battle scene taking place in all directions around them. From atop the hill, her keen eyes discerned a group of gnomish warriors executing a classic pincher move, an unmistakable tactic belonging to her comrades of the 1st Regiment and with whom she'd fought alongside a decade earlier during the Battle of Emerald Meadows. A flicker of hope surged within Nori. She believed that her brother might be among these warriors, so without hesitation, she ran into battle. Xanthi and Desmond donned the guise of undead warriors and shambled forward, pursuing Nori into the fray where a squad of grotesque monstrosities barred their path. The clash was swift and brutal, and their foes fell before their righteous fury. And as the last of these adversaries fell, Nori's gaze swept back across the battlefield, and there, amidst the spectral ranks of her former regiment, she saw a dark reflection of herself. She watched as this creature, this dark doppelganger perhaps, stood over her dying brother before it turned to face her, its eyes gleaming with an inky malevolence. Orvin's gladius, the hexblade, clutched tightly in their hand. In an instant, the heron vision dissolved into shadow, and the companions stood alone on the barren field, the echoes of battle replaced by a haunting silence and the eerie laughter of a child. They followed the sound, encountering a macabre scene, a ghostly family of 4 engaged in a spectral picnic. A man and a woman, their children frolicking with unnatural cheer while singing an unnerving nursery rhyme. The encounter was unsettling, but strangely serene. The party joined this ghostly family for tea and biscuits, learning of a place, the House of Black Lanterns, where Nori and her companions might unearth the knowledge they sought in this grim realm of shadow. In a moment, the family was gone, the sounds of the nursery rhyme echoing through the gloom. And this, my friends, is where we will return to the story, as you find yourself standing in this barren field, tufts of grass now poking through the dried earth, where the picnic blanket once laid spread, an inviting scene now dissipated and gone. What would you like to do in this moment, in this place?
Well, I think they said where we have to go. They disappeared before we were able to figure out where it was. But that Black Lantern place, right? That's what I mean. The Nexus Shadow. It's the Shadow Crossing. That's got to be it. Did you guys hear that rhyme, though?
I was trying not to listen to them.
I mean,
I covered my ears when they were talking. I don't want to turn old again.
that can't happen twice. Can it?
I don't want to find out.
Okay, well, I mean, you weren't a bad-looking old man.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I mean, one might even call it Silver Fox territory. Just putting that out there. Don't be afraid. I mean, maybe you couldn't run as fast, but otherwise you were,
I don't think I slowed down at all. But
Well, then there's nothing to be afraid of. Except for everything else.
yeah,
And also, Santi's team. I mean, I'm personally pretty afraid of that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's what we're calling them now, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
my guys, my little flying snakes. Like, I don't know what's up with them. It's sort of like they're like evil versions of themselves. So I don't know. Are we in like some kind of reverse nexus or like another dimension or something where like good
Yeah.
things look evil and evil things look good?
it does seem like a darker version of our own place, right?
Yeah, maybe
But
like
things are trapped here. Those people.
that necklace the father gave me that opened the rock. It crumbled when I took it out again. I think this can't be a good place.
Well, okay, so if bad things are good and good things are bad, what about that horrible necklace that we picked up? Or that evil doll? Do you think that they
Horrible.
would be like good things here? Hold on. She puts on her gloves and then she goes into the handy haversack and she pulls out the evil doll.
Is this
don't
another
take it. Oh,
variable we want to?
there it is.
Oh God.
How does it look?
Mama.
Is it? Oh,
Oh no.
Its eyes
Is it looking at
roll
me?
open and it looks straight ahead and it just says, Mama.
it
Did
has
it
a
do that
mother.
before?
Does it look creepy or does it look the same?
Give me an investigation check.
Also, who is it looking at when it says that? Just out into the distance, or?
Yep.
14.
It appears to look the same as it looked last time you observed it. It's creepy as hell.
Okay. All right, never mind. Just shoves it back in the bag.
As you put your hand back into the bag, you feel something grab a hold of your hand and squeeze your wrist tightly.
She's just gonna shriek.
What? What is it?
I don't want to go too close. She might send her team out after me.
Do I
Go
think
check it out, Des.
it's the doll, or do I think something else in the bag is grabbing me?
I would say that you're intelligent enough to think that it's probably not the doll. This is a full-sized hand that is gripping your wrist. And there's a weight to it as it tries to almost like pull on you, like it's trying to pull you into the haversack.
It's pulling me in. It's pulling me in.
Give me a strength saving throw, please.
Des is gonna run up and try to help her.
Make it with advantage.
Okay,
What's
that
happening?
would be good.
What else is in that bag?
Okay. I would like to use.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 9. with advantage.
Okay.
If I hadn't had advantage, at least one of those was a 1.
Ooh, damn it.
You're not supposed to roll those.
If I fail this, I would like to use my favored by the gods.
Oh, it's a major fail. And you start to like feel yourself being pulled into, your arm goes up to your shoulder.
What the
Your
hell?
shoulder gets pulled in.
Wait. I'm gonna use my favored by the gods.
Okay.
2d4.
Do you want to roll with advantage? You could use another one of your advantages.
On my favored by the gods?
Sure.
Oh god.
Exactly. Which god favors you, by the way?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I
You don't know. Right,
You don't
Sean?
know.
we'll add a 7 to that. So that is 16.
16. Okay. As you're getting pulled into like your shoulder, and it's like your head you kind of flip upside down like you're about to get pulled in. You feel this surge of energy and you pull yourself back out. If anybody wants to help, right now her arm is inside the haversack and it's still tugging on her. The grip is getting stronger.
Does
and
this
it
try
hurts.
to pull the bag away from her hand?
Can we both help to give her an extra benefit?
Xanthi, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as this hand is squeezing your wrist. You guys can give her advantage to do another strength. This will be an athletics check this time to try to pull yourself fully out of this grip. And it'll be with advantage because you're being helped by your friends. So how are you helping? You're just kind of like grabbing onto her arm and trying to help pull?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think
And
I'm down
I'm
around
pulling
her
on the
like
bag.
waist. Trying to pull her away that way.
Okay.
Not letting her go in the bag.
I don't
Okay.
want to go in the bag. Okay, so is this with
Go
advantage?
I don't want to go in the bag. Yes, because you're being helped. This is an athletics check.
It really wants me to go in there though. 16.
Yeah. All right. So with the help of your friends, you pull and pull, sweat rolling down your face as you feel like you're going to go into the sack, and you give one big heave with your companions and you pull yourself out. Your hand pops out. Another hand holding onto your wrist comes out with you. And from the sack is birthed Alrin
What?
as he plops out onto the ground in front of you. So this strange, almost mucus-like sheen covering his entire body. His feather in his cap matted and kind of gnarled, and it looks like almost a bony black feather right now that's been in like Vaseline almost.
No, Alrin's just been born. Again.
The
Was he
bag just
breathing?
had a baby.
Just so much.
Maybe it was the
mucus.
doll. Is the
What is
doll
that?
his mother?
What the hell happened?
Alrin?
Is he
Yeah.
like okay? Is he stirring?
Is he evil?
Ask
Alrin?
him.
Does he have a goatee?
Alrin, are you? And I'll go down and shake him on his shoulders really hard. Are you okay? Where have you been?
I don't know. It was dark, and I've been in a lot of darkness, and this was darker than dark.
What do you remember?
A cold blowing wind. I
You-
could feel my throat bleeding. I could feel my flesh being torn from me a little bit.
Alrin, your hand instinctively goes up to your throat, and you pull your hand away, and there's no blood. But as he pulls his hand away, each of you see that he's got a dark black scar across his neck.
Oh. When did that happen?
When we were attacked in the dark,
Oh.
I was slashed heavily and dragged away, and it was like a nightmare.
Alrin, we looked for you. We couldn't even.
Well, it's like a
See
nightmare
Dragon.
out here, too, so.
Yeah, so that armor you picked up basically did nothing.
Oh.
I just put it on.
Alrin, for you, it's almost as if
You were
no
dawning.
time, very little time has passed from the moment that you lost consciousness and were pulled through whatever you were pulled into to now. It's like almost no time has passed.
Well, since you left, we've been wandering around a ghostly battlefield. And there's
Super scary.
super large entities eating things.
Oh yeah, like there's this giant, terrifying creature that's just like eating people and like tearing them apart and throwing their bodies like a giant.
I saw that when I climbed the tree, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked horrible from afar. I'm sure it's worse up close.
I would like everybody to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Lauren, you might want to get that goop off of you. I'll start wiping him too.
Okay.
I know
I
you can
just
do a
use
better job.
prestidigitation.
Nori, what did you get on your wisdom save?
I got a 20, dirty 20.
Okay. Desmond?
16.
Xanthi?
Dirty 20.
And Alrin?
Starting off strong, 18.
Okay. Noted. What's up, Jay? Welcome in. All right. So what are you guys doing at this moment? You're taking stock of yourselves and each other. Alrin spends a bit of time prestidigitating some of the sticky, oily oiliness from his clothing, his body, the armor that he has on. The feather is different in your cap. It is entirely of a, I would say, bony nature.
Looks like a fishbone.
Everything's
Weird.
a little off down here.
Yeah, like my magic is all messed up.
Over here.
So maybe yours is too, just so you know.
That's scary.
Did you have magic in that feather?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Has an hour gone by since we left the tomb, Dave?
Yes.
Okay.
It's hard to tell how much time has passed, but for whatever reason you're asking, from a mechanic standpoint, it's been over an hour.
Okay. Yeah. Dez's disguised self has dropped.
Yeah, I
that he
think
cast to look like an undead warrior.
Yeah, Xanthi also just kind of went back to, she melted back to Xanthi when we were talking to the ghost people, I think.
Okay.
I'm going to try to use the magic from my feather to make my hair blow in the wind, like usual.
Seems to work. Your hair blows in the wind. But it's odd, the wind that blows, the effect that it has is one of much more violent nature. Almost like it's a gust of wind rather than a nice, gentle, sexy hair blowing in the breeze. It is a violent hurricane-like force effect. You just watch as his hair just is like flying all over the place for a moment.
And
I don't like that.
Dramatic.
That's not going to help my stage presence. It's too much.
Not if you want to be
It's a
sexy.
lot.
Powerful,
it's
yes.
It's part of the dance routine. I can't be looking like I'm on a ship during a hurricane.
Maybe if you change your steps a little bit.
I could speed it up.
Speed it up, do a little sideways, like listing boat thing. It's just an idea. Constructive criticism.
I mean, you
Never
could
hurt
still
anyone.
use that maybe with a glitter cannon, like for a big finale.
Nice.
All right,
Anyway.
where's this Black Lantern shack or whatever it is?
I mean, I don't...
so we got a lead on, like, a reliable lead from some undead children.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were at least soulless ghosts, I think.
Yeah, so they provided us with a very creepy rhyme, and we're gonna go with it.
It's the only lead we have. I mean, otherwise we were just standing out in the battlefield looking around, probably being a target for that giant creature, we could at least in this case go to a place which we don't know where it is, but we have a name.
Yep, we are looking for the House of Black Lanterns, because there is some kind of powerful and probably terrifying countess there.
You guys don't think the Countess is, like, also my matron, do you?
I mean, that would be the best scenario. Like, right now, I just think she's another horrible thing that is going to try to kill us.
Have I ever heard of this house in my travels?
Yeah, you can check
16.
audio real quick.
Got it.
Okay.
What'd you get?
16.
16 on your
Perception.
perception check. Thank you.
Oh,
You
I
look
got a
about.
14.
Okay. 14. Anyone else?
She's listening too.
10.
10. Okay. And Desmond, are you rolling perception as well?
Sure.
Okay.
Natural one.
Okay. Alrin, you look about and you can see all of the description I gave, the parched ground, the clumps of grass poking through, the dying and decaying trees, the mist and gloom, this monochromatic landscape that you find yourself in, something you've never experienced before. And at your feet, you see what appears to be perhaps a pathway or a road. It seems to be wide. It's covered in a fine ash-like dust. The vegetation that does seem to eke out an existence in this landscape does not appear, as you glance about, to grow upon this road. For Nori, as you look at it, sorry, one sec. Nori, as you look down, that road was not there before Alrin was birthed from the haversack. But it's certainly there now, because you're standing on it. Go ahead, Alrin.
I think we have a path to travel.
Alrin, that road wasn't there before. You're important to this mission, I think.
I appreciate that, but I hope we all are.
I think we all are too, but you just found this path. I know. It's important that you come back. It's important that you've been birthed by potentially that doll in the bag.
I
Glad
don't
you're
know
here.
that the doll really had much to do with it.
You believe what you want, Xanthi. I'll believe what I want.
I did say mama.
I'm gonna hope by tomorrow we call
Did
it
say
something else besides me being birthed by a bag, but we'll work on that.
Maybe he was trying to say that it's a mama.
Yes.
All right,
This
let's just...
even more creepy.
Okay, well, Alrin, I think that you are important to this mission too. This This is a sign right here.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah, we
It's
were really
good to be-
worried about you.
I thought I was cooked.
Looks
No,
like you
just
almost
slimed.
were. And
Just
sliced.
slimed.
What is this?
I didn't want to go out
Sliced
like
and
that.
slimed.
S&S.
Mhm.
Oh, well, let's stay together. And hopefully nothing will try to kidnap one of us again.
Maybe next
Xanthi,
time.
as you say that, as you're looking about, talking to your friends, you hear for just a moment this almost galloping sound, not reminiscent of a horse. You've heard horses galloping before, but almost like a stampede, like something is running, like something is racing towards you, like something is closing in on your position. And over the hilltop, you watch as these small creatures, this pack of these wretched mod creatures on 2 feet with this huge toothy, almost eel-like mouth, come running over the hill, just, and they lurch up and race towards you and lunge. Desmond, the first one, with your terrible perception check, you turn just as it comes towards you and latches onto. I'm gonna make a bite attack against it. I'd like everybody to roll initiative, please. Desmond, you are surprised because of your perception check. I don't think this hits though. Is it a 16 hit you? I don't think
No,
it does.
it doesn't.
Okay. At the last second, you dip out of the way as this thing, one of them anyways, bites towards you and falls flat and gets back up and looks over. And there's 8 of these creatures as they start to race towards you. Please roll initiative, my friends, and I will bring up our battle map.
It's probably still better than that really big monster.
Perhaps.
Silver lining, guys.
Maybe we
Perhaps.
just haven't met it yet.
Okay.
Ew.
Yep. Okay. 25 to 20.
21.
22 with a nat 20.
Nice. All right,
Nice
Xanthi.
one.
22, 21 for
For a
Nori.
change.
Yep.
All right,
Bad
15 to
initiative.
20. 10 to 15.
Des got a 13.
12.
Okay. Alrin, nice to have you back on the team here. Okay, Xanthi, you watch as these things gallop over and come out of the landscape, and one of them taking a jump at Desmond, missing him at the very last minute. It is your turn at the top of the initiative. What would you like to do?
Okay. I would like to firebolt number 7.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll, please.
23
That will hit.
for 12 damage, coming out strong.
12 damage. Very nice. You fire off the firebolt, and this thing is just covered in flames, and it howls with this unholy growl as the flames engulf it, and it is burned to a crisp. That was number 7, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I would like to intimidate the pack of them with a taunt of, "Oh yeah, you want more of that?"
Okay,
That's
very
what I got.
cool. All right. That brings us to Nori.
Nori's going to take a step up and swing at number 8. Just
Okay.
to chomp out of Dez.
Okay.
That's a 14 to hit.
These things are wily and you miss.
Okay. Second swing. I'll just come back again, try it one more time on the same one. That's a 24.
24 hits.
For 9 damage.
9 damage on number 8. Okay. Okay. Anything else from Nori? Do you have a bonus action that you want to use or anything?
No, but for the rest of her movement, she's going to step up to these two right here.
All right, you're going to elicit an attack of opportunity from number 8.
Oh, I thought he died.
No, he did not.
I did
that
not
is
move
going to
then.
be a
I'm still there.
17 to hit.
Could I misunderstood. Could I not move? I thought he dropped. I don't know why. Okay.
17 to hit.
That hits. That does not hit.
Okay. All right, good. That brings us to their turn. So let's see. Number 1 and number 2 are on Nori. All right, so number 1. 15 on Nori does not hit.
Nope.
Number 2. Ooh, that's a natural 20 for a total of 23. This thing latches onto you, Nori. You're gonna take 11 piercing damage, and it is now attached to you. And you can feel it sort of with all these teeth gnaw, and you can see, I'll zoom in a little bit so folks can see what it looks like. These are the teeth that they have. Number 2 on you right there. Big 9 teeth, like some sort of an eel. And there's 9 on you. So that was number 2. Number 3 and number 4 are attacking Xanthi. The first one is that's going to miss with a 6. And the second one is a 15. Does that hit? Nope. Okay. And then
Get him off!
number 5 against Desmond. That's an 18 to hit, Desmond.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, this thing latches onto you. That's going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge to reduce that.
Okay, so we'll take 6 damage then. And then number 6 is a 15. I don't think that hits you.
No, that misses.
And the last one is 19 as well.
All right.
So that is going to be... Oof. That's going to be 16 points of piercing damage this time. And it is latched. 2 of them are latched onto you, and they are just with their teeth just gnashing and gnashing. You get the sense that you need to get these things off of you. That is their turn. Desmond, it's your turn. You can use your action if you'd like to try to remove one of them.
Am I able to attack?
Give me 1 second here. You can certainly try.
I have a bad feeling about these things, so I'm going to try to pull one of them off.
All right. Give me an athletics or acrobatics check, and it'll be contested against their strength.
I'll use acrobatics.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to use one of my advantages from the chat.
Smart.
Thanks, chat. All right, here we go. Glad I did. 17.
Yeah, that beats it. Which one are you removing? And you have number 5 and number 8 are attached to you.
I guess number 8.
Okay. We'll say you push it back and it goes about right there. You push it away. And that is your action. Do you want to use a bonus action at all?
I'm going to try to bonus action telekinetic shove the other one off of me.
Okay. What does it make? A Saving throw of some kind?
Yeah, strength 15 saving throw.
Okay.
Strength
right.
saving throw.
No, it does not save. So we'll say you push it back. How many feet does it get pushed?
5 feet.
Okay, so we'll put it back in that position right there. So neither of them are attached to you, but you look down at where they had latched onto you, and you can see these round wounds that are bleeding right now. That is Desmond's turn. Alrin, it's your turn.
All right, drawing my sword, and I'm going to first off try to help Xanthi, so I'm going to come over here to attack the ones that are on her.
What's up, Wily Hobbit? Great to see you. Yeah, go ahead, Alrin, and give an attack roll.
Let's do it. Beats being in the bag. I don't want to be in the bag again. I'll tell you what.
You're going in the
Name is
bag if you
alike
don't behave
here,
yourself. Yeah, going in the bag.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Sweet.
Yes. Which one is this? Sorry.
This is number 3.
Got it.
For 12 points of damage.
Ooh, yeah. That does it. It is toast as you hack at it. Splattering green, bloody goo all over Xanthi in the process.
Get
We
the
can
other
clean
one.
that off. We'll clean it off. I will take my second attack. On number 4.
Okay.
Sweet. That is a 22 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Yes.
Nicely done.
For 11 points of damage.
Yeah, you kill that one too.
Oh, thank God. Thanks, Alred.
And while, hitting him with the sword, I'm trying to spear him through and just fling them away. They're gross.
Yes, they are. All right, that is your turn. Do you want to move at all or anything else?
How are my companions looking health-wise?
They look like they've been attacked. In the heat of the battle, it's hard to say.
You're muted, Diz.
Des looks pretty beat up right now.
And I'm a bonus action hit him with a second level healing word.
Sweet.
All right. At the top of the order is Xanthi. What would you like to do?
8 points of healing.
Okay. She is. Hold on a second. I just want to double check how many sorcery points I got. Not a ton. Okay. I would like to also cast, I think, a second level Cure Wounds on Des. Because I figure he could probably use it.
Mm-hmm.
Please take an additional 15 points of healing.
So nice. All right.
All right, is that it for you, Xanthi? Nori.
Nori's gonna bring her sword around, touch it to her forehead, and from the spot where the sword touches her forehead, a bunch of ice forms all the way down. And to the tips of her toes and fingers, she's cast Armor of Agathis as her action. And she now has 15 extra hit points. She's ready to do some damage.
All right. And remind me, one of these is attached to you, right, Nori?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. All right. So that brings us to their turn. The one that is attached to you, number 1 there, is going to do damage to you. It's necrotic damage. So it will trigger your Armor of Agathis, but you are going to take 11 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And describe for us what happens to this creature as it deals out damage to you.
As it deals damage to me?
It just dealt you 11 points of damage.
Mhm.
So that will trigger your armor. Tell us what that looks like.
What's going to happen is it's attached by the mouth, So like I'm assuming that's where the damage happened.
Hmm.
You're just gonna see a little blue sparkage that happens right there, and then the ice just kind of goes down in a wave across its whole body. It doesn't stay, it just kind of goes down.
And how much damage does it take?
15.
15 points of damage. The ice, as it encapsulates its body, it shatters and drops to the ground in a pile of green frozen shards. Number 2 is going to take an attack at you. I don't know if that's going to hit. It's only a 16.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Let's see. Number 8 is coming back towards Desmond. These things are coming back to you. So we'll go 5. That's an 18 to hit you, Desmond.
You know what? I'm going to. Oh wait, I don't know if I can't. No, I can't do this. Yeah, 18 hits.
Okay. For 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
Number 6 is going to attack. That's a 16. I don't think that hits you, right?
That misses. Yeah.
And then number 8. That's going to miss with a 5. That brings us to Desmond. It's your turn. What would you like to do? Oh, the one that hit you is now attached to you.
Okay. All right. So, starting with that one, he's going to pull his. He's going to pull his dagger, cast green flame blade on it, and
Nice.
try to cut it off of him. Let's see. It's to hit the math. 22 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
All right.
This is the one that's attached to you, number 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 11 piercing
Yeah, that
and
kills it.
fire damage.
Yep.
And then there's one 5 feet within it. Yeah.
Yep, number 8. Actually, probably
yeah,
8 and 6.
A little mote of flame will jump to number 8, and it will take 7 fire damage.
Yeah, that was one that was already hit, so that is the end of that one as well.
Yeah. And he's going to number 6 is not attached to him, so he's going to bonus action
Correct.
disengage from that one.
Okay.
Those things suck.
All right, that brings us to Alrin.
All right, I'm gonna try to continue my dance of death with these, swinging the sword around. I'm gonna go ahead and, not wisely run right in between these two and see what happens. Because what could go wrong? It's still better than the bag. It's still better than the bag.
Stupid.
All right, first attack on number 2.
Okay.
That's junk. Yeah, that done hit.
Okay.
Second attack on number 2. Nat 20.
That definitely
Yeah.
hits. Nicely done.
Makes up for the 2 I just.
Yes, it does.
$15 points of damage.
Yeah, that's more than enough needed as this thing is murdered as well. Is that the end of your turn? Alrin.
It is.
Xanthi, it's your turn. Xanthi, it's your turn.
Okay. Just heads up. It says my internet is unstable.
Yeah, we
but-
saw you freeze there for a second. That's all right. We got you now.
I don't know. Okay. So I am going to fire bolts. That's only a 15.
That hits.
Okay. For 11 fire damage on number 6.
Yeah, you blast this one as you did before with enough fire damage to turn it into a crispy critter without much problem. The last of these creatures drops to the ground. And you stand there amidst these strange beasts that, as they lay on the ground and you look at them, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. There is no analog of whatever this creature is in the places that you have come from previously or have visited in your travels by any stretch of the imagination. They are entirely foreign and alien to you.
Let's get out of here before any more of those things show up.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
As you say that, Desmond and Nori, my other friends, as you say that, you hear the sound of what you can only assume to be wheels, creaking and moaning, scraping and rolling across the dusty path. To the west, you all instinctively turn your heads, and you can see emerging from the mist a hunched figure, bundled in rags, what appears to be perhaps an elderly woman pushing a rickety wooden cart. Before you have time to react in any substantial manner, the old crone takes notice of you. She looks up from her cart, and you see her hideous visage, her skin mottled gray, stretched over sharp bones, a long pointed nose, her eyes glowing with a pale green light, wisps of white hair that peek out from under a tattered dark hood, and her face appears to be lined with the passage of centuries. Her gnarled hands pull back the hood of her cloak, revealing a twisted grin marked with sharp yellowed teeth. And she speaks to you with a low, raspy whisper. I see you have dispatched those vile creatures. Good on you. Well done. You don't mind if I take a few, just for myself?
Oh, help yourself.
I immediately use my medallion of detect thoughts on her.
Okay. Is there any sort of mechanic to that with like a saving throw or anything like that? You can get some surface thoughts, I think, but...
So I get surface thoughts for free. If I probe deeper, it's a wisdom saving throw. I would like to see at least what's starting. And then if
sure.
there's any threat, I'm definitely going to probe because everything is horrible here.
So far, you've certainly, that's proven to be true and without a doubt. You use your medallion in an instant as this is taking place, as she sets her cart down and she walks more like hobbles over towards you. And you get this flash of information from her mind as she is thinking, so hungry. Oh yes, I'll have a good meal tonight. Oh, look at all these pretty meats. Oh yes, so hungry. Who are these people? I'm curious. Their souls radiate. She hobbles towards you, and she looks over the scene. Seems as though you've already cooked a couple of them. But these meats will be quite useful indeed. Tell me, strangers, where have you come from? You don't seem like you're from around here.
Yeah, we're from out of town.
Well, I can see that, dearie. Where did you come from? Do tell. I don't run into many strangers around here. Or anyone very interesting for that matter.
Well, we're being rude. Where did you come from?
Well, I came from right over there. She points back from the way she came.
Well, we came from right over there. I'll point back from where we came from.
Did you run into the family, the picnickers? How polite and wonderful they are.
You know them.
Well, we've had conversations before. They're a bit of a fixture around here. They've been here for quite some time, you see. There are many like them in this place. Those who have been invited or have found their way through some dreadful incident, accident or not, here they languish in this land. But you are different. I can smell it.
What does someone have to do to get invited?
I don't know. I don't run this place. I simply inhabit it. I'm in the... Well, how shall I say? The search for meats. So many delicious meats. I'm so sorry. I'm a bit of a baker, let's say. I make pies. If you would like a pie, I have some in the cart, and in fact, I would much like to give you one.
Insight check.
What are you trying to insight?
Does she actually have pies, or is this a card of murder that she's going to try to pull us in like Hansel and Gretel?
Does she want to put us in the pie?
There's a lot of talk of meat.
Give me an insight check,
Are we
Alrin.
on the menu?
Heroes
I'm
are
gonna
back
use
on
an
the menu,
advantage on
boys.
that. That would be a dirty 20 using advantage.
She seems dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She seems that she doesn't have any reason to hide anything from you, but yeah, she seems like she is hiding her intentions, perhaps. That would be a reasonable interpretation. I use all kinds of meats, dearies. Especially since we have this dreadful lack of sunlight in this place. Not good for fruits and veggies, you see. I prefer, birds and fowl and goats, deer, pig, wolf. Whatever meat's available, and these foul creatures will have to do, but there's so much meat here. You may think that they are... foul creatures not fit for pie, but the way that I do it, with the spices that I have at my disposal, they are quite delicious when prepared correctly. Now, what kind of a pie would you like? Would you like spicy? Would you like hot? She looks over at you, Alrin, gives you a wink.
I'm pretty good right now. Had a
Yeah,
rough day, but
I'm
not hungry.
Not even hungry.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You look famished, dear. It looks like you haven't eaten in months. And you're a growing boy. You need all the meats you can get. You up a bit.
No thanks. I'm not hungry right now. It's very
What a
kind of you.
drag. Well, here, I'll get you a pie to go then. One moment. And she hobbles back to her cart and she throws open what looks to be some sort of a box that you can't quite see, but you can see the lid open up. And she reaches in and she's like, oh, no, not that one. No, yes, this is the one. And she pulls out this pie tin and she gives it a... Oh, this is one of my favorites. Shadow boar.
When she's got her back to us, I'd like to look at Nori and just kind of mouth, to her, are we fighting?
Say, ma'am.
Comes back and she's
Um,
holding the pie out. Here you go, dear.
Oh, thank you. And do you need any help, loading up these creatures?
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes. They need to be de-teethed first, and the legs chopped clean off. Those scrawny little legs aren't worth a damn.
I'm more of a cooking expert than
Oh.
a filleting expert. I wouldn't want to overcook them.
No. The eyeballs are very delicate, and they make for a great soup, but if you overcook them, they get very chewy, not very palatable. But if you keep them nice and raw, they have a nice bit of pop to them when you bite into them, and the nice creamy center is so delicious.
Yeah, so I'm mostly overkill on the fire, so maybe not. But I was just wondering, since you are familiar with the area here, if you have you heard of a shadow crossing?
Shadow crossing. You're already looking to leave, I imagine.
Oh, I just I read it in a book.
Where do you wish to cross to? Back home, I imagine.
Oh, so it's a portal, like out of this place.
Shadow crossings are places in the world where the veil between the planes grows thin. Certain locations where terrible tragedies or evil magics have been performed or taken place will oftentimes create ephemeral crossings between the realms.
Oh.
How did you happen to come here? I don't imagine, by the looks of it, it was intentional.
Oh, we're just, traveling, vacationing, if you will.
Well, you picked a strange place to vacation.
And speaking of which, we were told by some of the locals that there was a place nearby that might be nice to visit, called the House of Black Lanterns. Is that a nice place?
Oh, yes, indeed. It is a wonderful place. You definitely should check it out.
Oh, so you've been?
Oh, yes, of course. They buy my pies, dear.
Oh, that's so nice. Can you tell us more about it? Is there a lot to see?
Well, it's a place to stay, to gather yourselves. They have food and drink. They have rooms to let.
Wait, we also heard there's someone named the Countess that lives there.
Quiet your voice, boy.
Hmm?
I'm so sorry. Yes, indeed, there are others here that you should not speak of. Out in the open like this, many ears can hear. Many eyes can see.
So we don't want to meet.
Thanks for the advice.
You have any further advice how not to maybe upset that person we were just talking about?
Well,
We certainly don't want to do that. Stay on the good side,
indeed.
We don't want to upset anybody or damage any of the local customs.
No, we don't want to, rock
Insight
the
check.
boat here.
Deception!
I don't like when the
Go ahead and
crazy
roll a
lady is
deception
freaked
check.
out.
Xanthi, go ahead and roll a deception
No.
check.
I rolled a 2. So
I rolled a
check.
natural 20 for her insight check.
Was
Man, I
helping
can
her. Could
see
she
that you
I'm
are
kind of full of shit.
kind of full of shit, indeed. I get the sense from you, and especially you, she says as she looks at Nori, that you seek the darkest parts of this place, yes? Or they seek you. You seek and ask of one who is a shadow that looms over all of the realm with an iron grip. Some say that this individual that we shall not name was once a sorceress, a mortal, who bartered with her soul for dominion and power here. Her will is the law, and those who cross her path will find themselves trapped in endless torment. You see, the picnickers, Edward, Clara, and the children, those delicious children, Thomas and Eliza, they are doomed. Doomed to replay their deaths at her whim. Their eternal dance of despair to amuse her dark heart. Now, judging from the direction of your tracks, you also happened across the battlefield. Yes, a source of much entertainment and despair. Your very presence here has made her aware. The Countess knows you're here, dearies.
So are we saying her name now? Well, you have been really helpful, and we just want to thank you for that. And so Xanthe will pull out the carafe of endless coffee, and she'll make a cup and pour some coffee in and hand her a little coffee cup made of coffee full of coffee. For you.
Xanthe, as you pour from the carafe, it's not coffee that drips and flows, but a black, viscous, tar-like, mucusy substance.
It's not supposed to look like that.
Oh, it's gone. I'm so sorry. I think it might have gone bad.
Oh dear.
Things seem to work a little differently here.
I would kill for a cup of hot coffee right now.
Well, maybe I could do something about it. She's gonna see if she can use shape water to, change its color and opacity to see if it'll change back to coffee.
It does for a moment. For a moment, it starts to run and it quickly overfills the cup and the sludge being pushed out, and then it turns back to that tar-like substance. It looks quite strong.
Sorry, my magic's weird here.
Yes. Yes. This place mutates and warps magic to its will, its fancy, for amusement. Or other more nefarious purposes. I'm sure your coffee is just fine, dearie, in the place where you came from, but here, I'll pass.
Understood.
You will have to tell me how you like the coffee, or excuse me, you'll have to tell me how you like the pies. I know you said you're not hungry now, but this pie, I believe you will enjoy quite a bit. The first one's free.
It's very kind of you.
It is. I sell them for 5 gold apiece, dearie. Helps me make a little bit of spending cash, if you know what I mean. And she kind of does a little jig without picking her feet up.
Well, I think we best be on our way before some more of these little creatures find us out here.
No, they're everywhere, these sorrow-sworn beasts. Wretched they are, but delicious.
Well, happy hunting.
She kneels down and takes out this knife that looks to be carved from a bone next to one of these beasts on the ground, and she's quickly and very deftly cuts the legs off in 2 quick swipes. She puts the dagger into the blade into the mouth, and she just almost like scooping ice cream, like cuts around the mouth, and she pulls out this almost like a crown or a halo of teeth and throws it down on the ground and just lands with a wet thud. And then she holds it up. It's about the size of like maybe like a I don't know what would be a good, probably like a large beaver, size of a beaver. She holds it up, just dripping this green blood on the ground. That's the good stuff. She walks over and throws it in the cart. Goes back to another. She kicks one of the beasts that you charred. It looks like this one's been cooked already, and she cuts off a hunk of skin and quite good.
I think we're
You're
gonna
welcome.
be on our way. What way is it to get to the House of Black Lanterns anyway?
Oh, just pick a direction, and it's likely that the House of Black Lanterns will find you, dear.
Oh, it's like that. Okay. Okay. Do you guys want to go? Yeah. Okay. It was lovely meeting you. We're gonna go.
Ta-ta!
Happy baking.
Enjoy your
enjoy
meats.
your creatures.
Bye.
She just starts humming a tune as she's cutting and kind of butchering these things on the side of the path, throwing their bodies, their corpses and carcasses into the cart. Xanthi, you have this pie. It looks as though it has enough for a meal for the 4 of you. And you hear she calls out over her shoulder. She says, "Don't forget to write a review on my pies. They're special. And they bring those who consume them only the sweetest dreams. Something poorly lacking in this dreary world."
Will do. Oh man.
Not eating that.
What do you think her version of sweet is? Sweetest dreams?
As you say that, Nori,
God.
we will take our break. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us as we get a little goofy and a little dark here in this strange world of Nori's backstory's creation on whatever level it might be. Hey, we have a giveaway going, so if you want to win some loot, please type !drawing in the chat. We are giving away a copy of our sponsor, CZRPG, a digital PDF, 252 pages, amazing encounters and locations, 12 locations, 38 encounters, 38 battle maps, custom art, 31 new creatures to toss at your players, a new player option, and enough content to take your campaign from 1st to 12th level. Thank you, big thank you to CZRPG, our good friends over there. Thanks, Christian, and so happy that things are going better for you down in your corner of the world. Thank you all for being here. Thanks a lot for getting us to a hype train, my friends, and the subs and the resubs and all of the cheering. Thank you so much for supporting our players as they navigate this dark realm. We'll be back in just a couple of short minutes, my friends. Thank you so much. What's up, everybody? We are back. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please consider entering to win tonight's giveaway from our good friends and sponsors at CZ RPG. They have graciously gifted us some loot, and we are very excited to pass that loot on to you. This is Amazing Encounters and Locations. It's part of their Amazing Encounters set, and this thing is huge. It's a lot of content. 250 pages, 252 pages of content. Normally you'd buy this PDF at $25, but we're going to give it away for free. So exclamation mark Drawing if you want to get in on that sweet action. In the meantime, you can eat your pies and get ready for what comes next, because it can only get better from here. My friends, you have found yourselves in a strange world, a strange realm, a strange place where the things that you see are distorted reflections, perhaps, of the world you know, where you have learned after a chance encounter with one of the denizens of this realm that those who find themselves here in this shadowy place are oftentimes those who have fallen prey to death, whether that is by some nefarious means or otherwise, it's unclear, but it appears as though they are oftentimes forced to relive those moments over and over for what you have been led to believe through your conversation with this individual is the amusement of a powerful entity that rules this realm with an iron fist, an iron grip, and finds great pleasure, perhaps, in the torment and despair that is caused. I would like each of you, before we jump back in, to give me a wisdom saving throw, please. Alrin, what'd you get?
I got a 12.
Okay. Nori.
11.
Okay. Xanthi. I think you're muted, Xanthi. I'm not hearing you.
Nat 20 for a 24.
Okay. And Desmond.
Des also got a nat 20.
Nice, you
Yay.
guys.
For
Very, very
Total
cool.
of 22.
Nat 20 team!
Yay, twinsies. 20 twinsies. Okay, noted. You have walked perhaps at a hurried pace in a direction away from the old woman who was speaking with you earlier, now butchering these strange creatures that attacked you and likely off to make some more pies. You've got a heavy pie in your possession and a motivation to find a place called the House of Black Lanterns. What would you like to do as you walk down this barren pathway?
Nori's thinking about the battle that she was just in, I think. Kind of really lost in thought. Everyone that her friend that was there, he died in the battle, right? She didn't see anyone there that she remembered living.
Bilbert? Skregner?
Bilbert, yeah. Bilbert bit it, right?
He died in the Battle of Emerald Meadows, yeah. And you also watched him dying here in this place. A spear impaled through his chest.
I love the alliteration.
Bilbert bit it. I didn't, but I know it was a big battle. I didn't see anyone there that I remembered living through the battle, except for myself.
You saw a dark reflection of yourself standing over what appeared to be perhaps your brother, and gripping the sword that you have come to know as Orvan's Gladius, which happens to be the hex blade that has been your knowledge, the visions that you've had over the course of the last weeks and months, empowered by an entity that you refer to as the matron. The reflection of yourself that you saw on the battlefield turning to stare at you with these glowing, inky black eyes before disappearing, along with the sword and generally the scene of the battle itself.
How does Nori look right now? Normal-ish or not so normal-ish?
Nori still has the armor of Agathis up, so it looks real weird. So she's got covered with ice and the black eyes, and I think the sword is put away right now, so I just kind of look like a White Walker with black eyes. Pretty normal.
It's a good look.
It's a good look. Also, Nori looks pretty injured, just if you're wondering.
Yeah, those little creatures that attacked were not powerful as individuals, but as a herd, as a pack, they certainly had some capabilities.
I would say maybe we should take a hour break somewhere and just kind of try to heal up, but things are just randomly attacking us over the hill.
We don't even know how far it is. That person seemed to think that it would just come to us.
Yeah, maybe we could... it kind of sounded like a tavern. If we could sit and put our feet up, we could, finally get a rest.
I don't really want to rest out here. I don't want to chance another attack.
I wonder what a tavern in this kind of place would be like.
What do they serve?
Well, these pies, for one, because she said she sold
buys
them.
Yeah,
But
they
no,
buy
she
them.
sells them to the tavern. So they're random found meats of different monsters and creatures.
Mm.
We really should not eat that, right? I mean, don't throw it away. We don't want to insult her.
Yeah, I think we should hold on to it, but I could try to identify it if you wanted to, but it's not magic, probably.
She said it does something to your dreams, and that seems to be the only place that I learned stuff right now. Well, one of the places. Do you guys ever believe things that happen in your dreams? I feel like that's...
I mean, depends on the dream, right? Some of them seem to mean a lot, and some of them are kind of don't make a lot of sense.
Even if they don't make sense, what if there's some valuable piece of information in there that someone's trying to give to you?
That could be.
You miss it by just thinking it's a figment of your imagination. I'm gonna eat some of that pie. I'm gonna go on a quest.
I really don't think you should do that, Nori. Just a hunch.
Noted.
I mean, what if it's, harms you? Like, we're already really low on health, and I mean, I only have so many spells, so I can't just randomly heal up people if we feel like we might be able to heal up naturally.
I'm not gonna pull out a fork here in the field, but if we get to the inn tavern and you can rest, I'm gonna maybe try some of that pie. I'm not getting any answers really any other way.
Do you think that the lady from the nursery rhyme
Mm-hmm.
is your friend, your dark magic sugar mama?
Does anybody remember how it went?
I don't actually.
Something about haunted children sleeping here.
Dave, would we remember how it went? Can you recall?
Give me a history check.
It's 13.
You remember the last stanza of the poem. You don't remember the whole rhyme itself, but you remember that it goes at the end, round and round the shadows turn. In her grasp the spirits yearn. Find us, free us, hear our plea from the Countess's dark decree.
I think it's her.
Nori, if she is, this somewhat dark entity that is holding all these spirits here, what do you think she wants with you?
I've been wondering that
Why would you have
forever. I don't know.
powers from her?
I still don't remember it firsthand, but do you remember when we first met and I was fighting that ghost creature in that cemetery?
Yeah, that was
I had to-
trippy. It kind of looked like you were fighting by yourself, like you were super
yeah.
drunk in the field, and except for it was also sort of scary and creepy.
I can imagine. It was the first glimpse you had of this that I've been kind of dealing with for 10 years. But in that ceremony, that ritual, I remember having to tell the story of my memory of my brother's death. So I know what happened, just don't remember it myself. And the matron, she said, join with me and we'll take care of these people that killed your brother. So of course I said yes. We just recently learned, guess, that she has other plans for me. I didn't know this before. I mean, I'm gonna be her weapon. This is my sword. I don't quite know what that means. It seems way out of my pay grade.
Right. It seems like a noble, kind entity wouldn't be torturing souls for eternity. Yes?
That does seem accurate. I don't really... There's some loopholes.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, but she wanted you to come here, right?
she did tell me to come here. Yes. Here I am. Nothing's happening yet. Except for we did just relive the
Yeah, there's a
Battle of
lot of
Emerald
scary
Meadows.
things
Things did
happening,
happen.
but like she hasn't contacted you or told you what to do or anything like that.
I'm ready to find my brother.
And if
she called me here.
And if she's torturing your brother forever?
Forever is not an option in my mind. If he's being tortured, there will be an end to it. I'm determined to make that true.
Okay, well, let's go find a creepy tavern, huh?
When you put it like that, hard to say no.
It's got to be around here somewhere, right?
Well, if we think it might find us, I might as well help it. So I'm going to start playing some music on my new river reed flute.
Sounds great. Give us a performance check, please.
$17.
What you playing?
Festive marching tune, sort of a ditty to put a little pep in the step, you know?
As you blow into this flute, it does put a bit of a pep in your step for sure, and you play it well. But the sound is wildly different than it was the last time you played it. The music comes out in a similar fashion, but there's a second low wailing sound that comes from the pipe. Almost as if someone is sobbing. Just barely audible if you listen carefully to the music.
Everything's a bit strange here, indeed.
As you finish playing the flute, not a moment passes before you hear a bell pealing 3 times in the distance. Boom, 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 echoing into the otherwise silent air around you. And as that third bell strikes, you look up at motion from a tree as a murder of crows alights out of the tree that you had not noticed before and flies off out of sight.
I'm sure that's not a bad omen. What direction was the bell coming from? Where we're going? Are we going towards
generally basically on this dusty road devoid of any life. Off to the side there's plants growing, but the road itself is dusty, and it seems to lead in the direction of the bells. Unclear for whom the bell tolls, but certainly it is guiding you along.
Perhaps a dinner bell?
Probably not our dinner.
At church? Clock tower?
Well, it's on the way. We might as well check it out.
You continue
We think
on.
it's on the way.
You continue down the road in that
Yeah.
general direction. It seems to be within walking distance. So you walk, the four of you, towards the general location, the road winding its way before you. From the swirling mists just up ahead, you see the image of a building appear. But close, like it wasn't there 1 second and now it's there, like in front of you as the mists part. You look at it, it stands 3 stories tall, Gothic architecture, a bell tower. There are what appear to be 3 wings that face a central courtyard. There are more than a dozen poles arranged about this courtyard, what appears to be the grand entrance. And on these poles, long black lanterns hang, each burning faintly with a dark energy.
This must be it, you guys. I mean, do you want to go in with me?
No, but yes.
That's fair. I don't really want to go in either, I think, right now. But let's go.
Yeah.
Okay,
After
you
you.
Okay,
lead
I'll
the
go
way,
first.
Nori, towards the building.
Yes.
As you walk past the lanterns entering into the courtyard, you can see that they cast these long, wavering shadows that almost appear to be alive in and of themselves. The lanterns themselves appear to be made from some sort of obsidian-like material. And you get a sense that rather than emit illumination, they seem to absorb light, as there is a dark aura around each of them. Various symbols, unrecognizable, carved into the whatever this obsidian-like material is. You walk up to this heavy wooden double door entrance in this courtyard. There are a few small trees growing, sharp thorns upon them. Very little foliage, very few leaves grow on these thorn bushes. There you are, Nori, this feeling somewhat diminutive as you look up at these massive wooden doors.
It's not made for gnomes. Not too much is, though. Can I try to push the doors open?
With a forceful pressure upon the doors, they swing open. And as they do, you catch the first glimpses of the interior of this place. It is dark inside, but illuminated by lantern and torch. There are people. There is an eerie music playing, though no musicians can be observed at first glance. You're standing at the threshold, Nora, your friends behind you still in the courtyard. Do you step inside?
Yes, I do.
Do the rest of you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. As the last of you steps over the threshold, the door closes behind you with a soft thud. And you hear a click, barely audible. The interior is dimly lit, as I mentioned, with black lanterns that hang from the rafters, some of others resting on tables. These lanterns, too, emit sort of a black, ghostly light, long shadows being cast. The shadows, as I mentioned, seem to be alive, almost as if dancing across the wooden planks of the floor and along the stone walls. The air is thick with an eerie stillness. There are perhaps a dozen or more patrons present, but they take no notice of your arrival. It's spacious, yet has an intimate sensibility, filled with dark, polished wood furnishings, threadbare rugs beneath your feet that once bore images of some kind, now faded. Walls are adorned with similarly faded tapestries, though you can see that at least some of them depict maybe long forgotten battles or some strange rituals and that sort of thing. There's a large hearth at the far end of the room, directly across from the entry door that you've walked through, and it crackles with a black flame. Gives off a strange, comforting warmth. There's a bar. This is a tavern. Looks like a tavern. Sounds like a tavern. Smells like a tavern. Behind the sturdy wooden bar, you see a tall, slender figure wearing a dark vest over a white tunic and a smart-looking bow tie. Top his head curve two black horns, spiraling from above his eyes and backward towards his neck. His eyes glint with a knowing light, and he meets yours, Nori, as you enter. He gives off a bit of a commanding presence, and you get the sense that this is perhaps the proprietor of this establishment, as he goes from a very stoic look to one where he cracks a bit of a smile and waves you over.
Nori will look at her friends for a nod of encouragement.
It's friendly.
Okay, yep. I will begin to walk up as long as everyone else is coming.
Des is going to take a look around and just see if people are like watching them or paying any attention to them or anything like that.
Okay. Give me a perception check, Des.
Uh, 13.
You look about and you see all manner of patrons, maybe a dozen or so, as I mentioned. There's a short bald gnome at a table having a conversation with what appears to be some maybe dark-skinned elvish woman with silvery hair. Smattering of human patrons, or so they appear to be, about the space. Some of the patrons look less corporeal in nature. They sit at various locations within the bar. But none of them seem to have taken notice of you directly. Nori, as you approach the barkeep, he looks at you and your friends and nods. Welcome to the House of the Black Lanterns. I'm Jarl, the Lantern Keeper here. You have found sanctuary in these walls and under this roof, travelers. Rest and let the shadows of the outside world be forgotten for a time. Would you care for an ale or a bit of wine to wet your souls? We have hearty stew available should you be needing sustenance. And you notice as he speaks that the black lanterns behind the bar kind of flicker, almost pulsing with his words. What'll it be, strangers?
We would like some food and drink, but also would like somewhere to sleep. Do you have that available?
Aye, we do. 5 gold pieces each will get you a room and a bowl of the stew. Bit of a package deal, if you will.
What kind of meat is in the stew?
Oh, all manner of meats in this pot. This particular stew is made with tender chunks of chicken meat. Some root vegetables that we purchased from some of the local traveling sort. Delicious herbal mixture. Comes with a slice of crusty bread. And for you, a room and a bowl of stew.
Sure.
Sounds delightful.
Yes.
Anything to drink
that.
with that stew. We have a dark ale. And we have some very fine wine from the Blood on the Vine vineyard.
I'll get an ale. 5
silver. Anything
Yes,
for the rest of you?
I'll take a wine.
It's a gold piece for a glass of wine. It's the finest you'll find in these parts. And you, miss? He was looking at you, Xanthi.
Oh, yeah, just the soup. Thanks.
Very well. That'll be 5 gold.
Yep. And Xanthi will pull out 20 gold from the bag for everybody's rooms and soup.
Okay.
She'll
That covers the room and the soup for sure. And then if you're having the ale, it's 5 silver and the wine is a gold piece.
While the guy is talking, Dez notices the lanterns flickering. Can he try to kind of suss out what kind of seeming like magic is happening here? Or if he can recognize anything on the lantern?
You don't recognize anything, but you can certainly try to get some insight into what's going on here if you want to roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
This is nothing you've seen before.
That's a 17 on Arcana.
Best you can tell that the runic or rune-like inscriptions on this hard obsidian material, it's a very black. It's not even metal as much as it, excuse me, is like a stone. But you get the sense that the carvings give these items their power. But you don't recognize what those carvings are. They look like perhaps they could be some, maybe adjacent to an elvish script. He walks away to gather your soup and your drinks.
Nori would like to take a closer look at the obsidian stone. I mean, does that look like the same stone that's in her sword? I mean, is it just an obsidian
Yeah, you
stone?
look at it and it doesn't seem to be, it doesn't make you think of anything about your sword necessarily.
Okay.
Does it seem like only when the bartender speaks that the lanterns flicker?
You look about and other people in the space are having conversations, and you can hear their voices, although you can't hear what they're talking about necessarily. And the lanterns do not appear to be flickering. He comes back and sets the 4 bowls of stew down with 4 carved wooden spoons. He puts a very nice crystal glass down in front of you, Alrin, and reaches back on the bar and takes down this beautiful bottle with this very ornate inscription on the label. And he pops the cork, and you can immediately, when he pops the cork, you can smell the earthy richness of this particular beverage. You can smell berries and spice that hit your nostrils before you even touch the glass. And then he pours a mug of this ale, and Desmond, as he sets it in front of you, it's kind of like frothing over the top. It just smells delicious. It smells almost like chocolate.
Does Des see any more of that writing anywhere around the bar? Like signs or plaques or any
No,
kind of...
but you do see a sign that says gratuities are welcome.
Seems like a tavern to me.
Nori wants to kind of look around and see if anyone is doing any of those kind of like staggered time lapses. Does it look like anyone's kind of like stuttering in time?
Give me a perception check, Nori.
Ooh, that's 23.
You look about the space and you see the individuals that I described earlier. You see some of these more spectral patrons that seem to be sitting in various locations. One of them catches your eye. And they do seem to sort of flicker in and out of existence, in and out of view. One of them catches your eye, what appears to be a young man wearing a cloak, sitting at a table, hunched over, appears to be scribing something into a book. And as they kind of look up and grab a glass of wine from their table and take a sip, you can see they have these large spectacles on their face. This looks like someone that you know?
Someone we know who's kind of magey, who's
A wizard.
dead,
Mm-hmm.
writing in a book.
Yeah, we don't see this.
Is it Spug?
Could be.
I'm gonna elbow whoever's, if it's, well, Alrin doesn't know who it is. I would elbow Des or Ash, or Ashley, or Xanthi.
What is it?
Look over there. Look over there.
Where? Which one?
I'll indicate just like with my head and
Yeah, before she even indicates anything, Desmond, you recognize that Spug Noir is sitting at a table, drinking a glass of wine, and seems to be writing in a book.
Des is just gonna like bolt up to his feet kind of quickly. That's Spuggy.
Spug. Yeah.
And Des will kind of just start striding over to go see him.
Okay, yeah, as you walk across the bar, no one pays you any attention. You approach the table and he seems to be like kind of buried back down looking at the whatever he's writing. He appears to be writing in a journal. It looks like the journal that he carried with him when you were with him.
Spug, that's you.
Desi? Desi, I've been waiting for you. Where you been?
How are you in this place?
This tavern? I mean, isn't this where we were supposed to meet? I was waiting for you.
You were waiting for us?
Oh, yeah. I mean, is Xanthi and Nori and...
We're right here. He'll gesture over to our table.
Xanthi will run over.
Lachlan's not with us anymore.
Where's Lachlan?
Not in a bad
Oh,
way.
he's fine.
He missed
He just-
the sea.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Xanthi. Hi. He gets up from his table, puts his pen down, and he kind of gives you a hug, and his arms just kind of go right through you. Oh, that's a bit awkward.
Yeah. Sorry.
I've been waiting here for you. I was worried that maybe you ran into trouble or something. But
Oh.
I mean, it's great to see you. I mean, sit down. I'm sorry. Sit. Hello. He looks over at you, Alrin. I'm Spug Noir. I don't know who you are, but nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, friend.
This-
So Spug, we wanted to let you know that we did find out what happened to your book.
Oh yeah, it's here. It's here, right? I was
No.
told it was here.
You found
Uh,
it?
We
Is that what you're
didn't.
writing in?
Well,
No, this is my traveling journal. But no, I isn't that why I was meeting you here? It's
We
we don't
track
have it
down
right
those?
now. We got a
Oh.
lead. So the thieves that took your book.
it was the Rebel Hearts.
We let
I
him have
knew
it.
it. I knew it was those damn rebels.
But Spug, they said. I mean, we roughed them up a little bit.
Yeah,
They said that they discarded your book
they threw it in a ditch next to Hamlet.
outside Hamlet somewhere.
Wait. I thought you said it was here, somewhere nearby.
We didn't. That wasn't us. But
You don't
know-
remember telling me this.
There's more to the story here. I
No,
think we
but-
should go slow, though.
yeah,
And he's just gonna turn to
What?
Xanthi and
she's
kind of give
gonna
her
be
a
like,
knowing
don't
look.
tell him all of it, kind of a thing.
Mhm.
So Spug, yeah, if you wait here,
Yeah,
we'll go get your book.
that's what you told me last time. I mean, you said it was here. You said it. You said it was here.
Well, that's what
The Fortress of Memories. You said it was in the Fortress of Memories. Then we go get it together, and that's why you said to meet you here at the House of the Black
Fortress-
Lantern.
Okay.
How long have you been here? Do you know?
I don't know, what time is it. I don't know. I mean, a while. Look at all these pages of notes.
Yeah,
I've been
doing some good work
writing.
here.
You look at the pages and it's just gibberish. It's just like scribbles.
Is that the same book that Des has?
I don't know.
Because he got a book from Spug's bag.
Yes, he did.
It was. Is it?
Des,
Yeah.
is that is the same one you have?
She kind of like
As Des
covertly
is- yeah.
gestures to the book.
As Des is looking at the book, he's just gonna kind of give it a look over. And does he recognize anything about it?
Yeah, it's the same book.
Oh, that's a nice book you got there.
I think I've been here for quite a while. I mean, I've damn near filled this thing up.
I think you have to. But hey, we're here now, right?
This is great. This is cause for celebration, right?
Reunited.
I'd
Everyone.
buy us a round of wine, but I don't seem to have any coin on me.
That's okay. We got you. Alrin, this is our friend Spug Noir. He went
How's it-
away before
How's
you
it
met
going,
us.
buddy?
Howdy. So what are you, like the new Lachlan or something?
Well, I mean, there's
Hey, what happened to that old
there's no
dwarf anyways?
replacing- there's no replacing the most electric,
He's okay, isn't he?
electrifying dwarf in Greyhawk. But
He was pretty electric.
Yeah, he was.
no, he decided to move on, like go his own way.
Yeah, he decided to go be a sailor again.
Well, I sure would like to see him. No offense, buddy. I mean, you look pretty awesome. I love that feather. It's totally creepy. Where'd you find this guy?
I pulled
This
him
guy
out
knows-
of my bag.
This guy knows how to dance, by
Wait.
the way.
Wait, what?
He knows how to cut a rug. Like
I-
you'll never believe.
He was stuck in a bag for a while. Just
Let's not talk about the bag.
Yeah, we're
We
not
don't
going
have
to
to
do the
talk
bag
about
talk.
the bag.
I'm not going to ask about the bag.
Please don't.
You know, the dance scene around here, he kind of leans in towards y'all, and it's not that great. I mean, the music is a little somber for my tastes. But I do
Have
remember
you-
we had some good times. Just a couple weeks ago back in Hamlet. I don't know how long I've been here, but we had a couple of good nights after the Knoll attack and a lot of celebrations, and then we went through the gnarly forest, ended up in Nob. Oh, Norb. I haven't thought about him for a long time, but you know what the funniest thing is? I thought I saw him.
You saw Narb here too.
Thought I did.
Why would you see him here?
I don't know. He didn't talk to me. I didn't have a chance to interrupt him. He was talking with the barkeep Jarl, and then he just left. He didn't even stay. It might not have been him, but my heart sure felt like it was.
Weird things happen here in this area. Lots of strange magic.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
Oh, remember that carafe of coffee that I got? Like,
Of course.
all the coffee is coming out like sludge.
Ooh.
So there's something affecting it.
Oh, okay. Well, come to think of it, I haven't really tried to cast anything for a while. Maybe I should hold off in case something backfires. Sometimes my spells, he looks over at you, Alrin. Sometimes my spells don't necessarily go the way that I hope that they would. Desmond, how have your studies been?
Good.
Good?
Very good. Yeah. I think I have learned a lot. Thanks to you.
Well, I mean, you have a natural gift for learning.
I have my own book going now.
Whoa, that's great. I mean, maybe when we get my book back, we can sort of compare notes and...
That'd be great.
Cool.
It's really good to see you again, Spuggy.
It's great to see you too. I missed you guys. I was starting to think that maybe you wouldn't show up or something bad happened to you, but now you're here and you have a new friend, Mr. Alrin, and well, I mean, let's celebrate. Cheers. And he holds up he kind of looks in his mug and cheers.
We give him a cheers.
Yeah,
We missed you too.
your glasses all kind of clank against each other, and he like gets the last drops out of his glass. I don't know if you tried the wine. Oh yeah, you're drinking the wine, Mr. Alrin. Delicious.
It is a fine vintage.
All right, so we're all here. What's the plan?
What do you know about the proprietor over there? Have you talked to him?
Oh, Jarl?
Yeah, the man with the horns. Seems
I mean, he seems nice enough.
pretty-
The people in here seem to like him. The patrons seem nice. I talked with that little fellow over there, and he points over at this short, bald, gnomish fellow with this really dark skin. He's got a red scarf around his neck. And as you look carefully, you can see that the red scarf that he wears is dripping blood, just continually dripping blood. And he's going through towels and he's like wiping it down and more towels. And there's a big stack of like bloodied towels. He's a little messy to sit with, but nice guy. His name's Garton.
Art.
Curtain.
Yeah, and that fell over there, he points over at this tall, gaunt man who has what appears to be wounds from some sort of battle that are still open. That's Thornton. He's some kind of a knight.
Thornton.
Yeah. I don't know the rest of the lot, though. But they seem nice enough. Nothing like Nulb. Whoa, huh? Am I right? Damn.
Yeah, that place had real issues, right? Some of the folks there.
Yeah, they were so mean to us. We did them all like a big favor. Like we're doing their jobs for them, and then, they turned on us.
Well, yeah, then we took that boat up the river and we went to that
I've heard it's changed a lot since
town.
we were there last.
Yeah.
What was the place we went to?
Twilight
Twilight
Falls.
Falls.
Do you remember
Yeah.
anything about Twilight Falls?
I remember arriving and, I can't quite remember.
Gotta
Can't really remember
Carl, right?
much.
You know what? We'll talk about it. Don't worry yourself. Let's sit.
He have the necklace on.
Maybe.
Which necklace?
The oath necklace.
Oh, okay.
Possibly. If he does,
we-
it's underneath his cloaks.
Okay. Like we all said we would help that guy in exchange for the heroism.
Yeah, you
The
still owe
River
him.
King.
That was
Yeah.
Did
that was
Spug
right.
do that too?
Yeah, right
Okay.
before
Yeah, Spug
he
was with us.
died.
Yep.
So
If he does, it's concealed underneath his robes.
Spug, why don't I go get you an ale? Why don't you sit with us?
Yeah, of
Relax.
course. It's great to see you.
yeah, it's so good to have the team back together. At least have you back with the team.
Yeah.
Have
As
you?
Des
Oh, go
as
ahead.
Des goes to the bar, he's just gonna message Xanthi once he turns his back and he's walking away. Don't bring up his death. Just in case it upsets him.
Mhm.
Maybe wait until we're alone with him. And then he'll just go up to the bar.
Yeah, I totally wasn't going to. I think that would be a bad idea as well.
But
And she'll like turn and message Nori and be like, please, I don't think you should mention what happened in the warehouse where we left him.
Nori will send back. Copy that.
So Spug,
Yeah.
like while we're here, we're kind of looking for a contact. Have you seen any like super like possibly powerful looking women or maybe richly dressed women come through here? That's
Maybe they have some kind of magic vibes to them.
like shadowy.
Oh,
magic vibes?
yeah, totally. There's this like creepy old lady that comes by and she brought in some pies and she was walking
Oh.
around to the tables. She seemed to have a lot of information to share, but and the pies were delicious. And I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. I mean, there's this warrior woman that I saw. I don't quite remember what her name was, but she seemed powerful. She was with a group of, they look like elves, but with sort of this pale gray skin. Yeah, I wish I could remember more. I think her name was Thata, but I didn't talk to her. She looked really, really intimidating, as did her crew. I mean, they had some definite squad vibes going, and I wasn't going to get anywhere near that. But that old lady was super friendly. I mean, she even cut me a deal on a pie. She gave me one for free.
Yes.
Did she?
Us
Yeah.
too. Like we ran into her on the way here.
Oh.
Actually, she told us. She kind of gave us some directions.
Well, I'm glad that she helped you out, because now you're here. So who's this person that you're looking for? I mean, are they going to help? Are they going to help us track down my spell book? And
Oh no, we know what we know. We could probably find that if we can get back to Hamlet.
Hamlet?
We have good vibe about that, but you know we're quite a ways away from Hamlet right now.
I thought you said that it was here. That's why I was meeting you here. Why are we here then? If my spell book is back in Hamlet, why are we here?
Do you remember when we told you to come here? Is there anything you can remember from? Because we don't remember.
Okay, let me
We're
think.
not saying it didn't happen, but
We were on the
Yeah.
boat. We got to that falls place.
Uh-huh.
My memory's a little bit foggy. He starts to really concentrate, and as he does, he starts to flicker. Like, in
buddy,
and out of
Don't worry
existence.
about it. Don't worry about it. You know what? Like, we don't have it right now. That's on us. We thought we were meeting later. But we will definitely be back to meet you again. You know, like we'll rendezvous here later, and then we'll have it then. But you know, obviously, we just got a little sidetracked.
Okay.
On the way here, so there's been you know, we've done some stuff in the meantime, and nothing's really gone well for us. We found Dez's brother.
Oh, wow. Here?
Yeah. No. Like while we were looking for your book, we ran into Dez's brother, and then somebody
That's great.
like arrested him,
Oh,
and then someone murdered him, and then we chased his murderer for a while.
He got mixed up with the Black Hand. You remember those guys, right?
oh,
Yeah.
and how?
Yeah.
So really, like things have been kind of crazy for a couple days.
Well, if you're looking for somebody, that old lady seems to know a lot of information, but there's also these travelers that come through. I think they bring goods for Jarl and the kitchen staff, maybe food or something. They call them Vistani. They're kind of different than the rest of the people here. They seem to have a bit of, I don't know, a bit more flair to them. As you look around, you can see most of the people in this bar are dressed in very drab colors, very gray, except for the fellow with the red scarf, of course, but mostly in grays. One of the elvish types seems to have a cloak that shimmers with a little bit of a blue glow. And of course, those who are ethereal like Spugnoir have a blue glow themselves. And he flickers out again and comes back. He doesn't seem to notice the flickering. They seem to know a lot about this place.
You know when they come back?
They might ask Jarl. I don't know. But if they're travelers, maybe they would know who to talk to or how to find this person that you're looking for.
Spug, do you know if this is a safe place to rest?
I mean, I think the word safe is kind of relative, right? I mean, nothing bad has happened to me since I've been here, except
good.
I ran out of coin and well, I don't really have a place to stay now.
And this,
I-
you said her name was Luta? This woman and her elves.
Something like
How
that.
often do they come?
Thota.
How often do they come around?
Well, I don't know, but you'll know them when you see them. I mean, they wear masks.
Mm.
She wears this kind of black mask that has these really, really kind of cool, but also super creepy, swirling, glowing blue patterns. And she's got a sleeve of really cool tattoos that glow on her left arm. They don't take the masks off. There's 4 of them. I don't know what they do or who they are, and I didn't talk to them, but
But they had no problem with you, right?
they didn't pay me any mind. Just like nobody else in this place really is that fun to talk to. Except for Jarl. Jarl's pleasant. Except I think he wants me to leave.
You say that because you ran out of money?
Yeah.
Well, we can give you more money. You can stay as long as you want.
Really?
Actually, in Xanthiel, she'll hand him her keys for her room for tonight and say, "You can take mine. I'll just bunk up with someone else."
Strangely, even though he is an apparition, he still is able to take the key from you. That's really kind. Thank you, Xanthi.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like old times, like when we were in Hamlet and, you know, stayed in one of our rooms.
Just like old times.
Yeah. Where did you say that you saw Norb here? Or you thought you saw Norb here and then he left?
I thought I saw him for just a minute. Like he came in, asked a question, and then left.
Okay. We'll have to look up on that. I mean,
Yeah, maybe
Gosh,
he'll
wouldn't
come
it be-
back.
yeah, wouldn't it be great if, you know, he were still around?
Maybe I get a
It'd be good
chance to
see
meet him. He sounded like a cool guy.
Norb, he was great. I loved him with all my heart.
He was very kind to a fault. Okay. Well, Des will just start drinking his ale.
Is the flickering that happens when the bartender talks, does it feel like the same kind of flickering that Spug does when he starts thinking about stuff? I mean, has it got like the same...
No, the flickering that you're
Vibe to
seeing
it.
with Spug is more akin to what you saw with the family that was having the picnic. Like they're
Okay.
sort of flashing in and out of existence. The flickering of the lanterns is like what you might expect from a lantern, but rather than emitting light, it seems to be absorbing. There seems to be a dark aura that sort of pulses as Jarl speaks, or when Jarl speaks.
Right.
Well, do you think we should ask Jarl about your
Well, I'm almost
sugar
afraid to
mama?
mention her. Based on the reaction.
Right. Well, I mean, maybe it's 2 different people. Maybe you could just ask about your...
Maybe when you do it, just do it real quietly.
Maybe I
Don't-
could spell it.
Don't say the name.
Yeah, maybe kind of
Yeah, okay.
sidestep the name until he kind of knows who you're talking about, maybe.
Or do we want to rest here and see if she comes to you?
I think we should rest first before we start anything. I feel like
Sure, maybe yeah, let's you know, rest up. Actually, have we been here long enough to have a short rest with eating and talking?
I would say yes, you could. Shelly is frozen, but yes, the rest of you can. Oh, there she is. The
She's
rest
back.
of yeah, you could if you wanted to. You've been doing nothing but eating and having a conversation, so a short rest would apply if you'd like to take a short rest. You can certainly do that. If you want to use hit dice, you can do that as well. All right, so what is your intention here? What would you like to do? You've come to this place. You have stumbled upon an old companion that you have not seen in some time, who seems to be somewhat confused about the nature of this chance encounter, which, from what it sounds like, was not considered a chance encounter on his behalf. He believes that perhaps you told him to meet you here. You have a couple of leads on potential information sources, including the old bakery woman, the strange masked squad that frequents these parts, the barkeep Jarl, I think that's it. You have purchased rooms, so you could take a long rest, which
I
might
would
be a good move.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Shell.
I was just gonna say I would vote for a long rest first. And then something may happen while we're doing our long rest, and if not, we probably talk to the bartender.
Sure. How do you guys feel? Does everybody want to do a long rest at this point?
Yeah, I think that
Okay.
would be a good idea.
Okay. So you have the 4 rooms. Xanthe, you gave your key to Spug Noir. You guys retire to your rooms, and I will go around the table here and ask you if there's anything that you would like to do before taking your rest. So let's go ahead and start with Alrin.
I mean, I'm just glad not to be dead, mostly. I mean, I missed a lot of the stuff in the field, the battle, so I'm just trying to think over what's going on and the fact that it feels like we're in a realm in between life and death, and yeah. I doubt that I've heard or recognized any of the names of the people that were mentioned, so
Okay. So nothing else that you'd like to do other than just go up to the room and take a rest.
yeah, I mean, I'll probably look at this armor that I've gotten recently.
Sure. Yeah. It is emblazoned with the symbol of St. Cuthbert on the chest. And you can probably at this point attune to it if you so choose. It will give you the benefits of the armor itself and the +1 as well to your armor class. It is +1 breastplate. All right, let's go to Xanthe next.
Xanthe is just gonna lean over to Des and go, "Can I share your room?"
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And
Do-
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you think we should talk to Spuggy and let him know what happened?
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Do you think it would be? Because sometimes they get a little upset, and when you talk about their death, and then the next thing you know, you're 40 years older than you used to be.
Yeah,
That's what I'm a little scared of right now.
I think if we trigger him, he might go scary. So I don't think we should mention it. I think we should, tell him that we'll be back because, if we die, maybe we will be. And then we'll just hang out forever in this tavern with him. And that's not terrible.
Could be worse, I
Mhm.
guess. But let's try to get home. Maybe we can free him in the process.
I'm gonna try to identify. Should I identify your weapon?
The club?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Xanthi would like to try to identify the magical club he got out of that tomb.
Okay.
Okay.
So go ahead and expend the spell slot and then give me an Arcana check, please.
Okay. That would be 18.
Ooh, very good. Okay. So as you sit with the club and work your magic, you see your palms grow very, very warm as you hold the club in your hand. This is the same methodology and magic that you've used many times before. You get a vision as you channel your magic to identify the nature of this weapon. It's a vision of bone shattering, of skin tearing, of heads rolling across a battlefield, of monsters, gnolls, men with horrible scowls and evil in their eyes being destroyed, blood splattering, the sound of the club striking.
Ugh.
You see Xanthi turns a little green.
You learn and confirm that this is referred to as Certain's Cudgel of Striking. It is a weapon of great power when wielded, when attuned to by a cleric of St. Cuthbert. Aside from that, for those who are not Cuthbertian clerics, it is an effective bludgeoning instrument. Despite its massive size, it is quite light. And it can qualify mechanically as a light weapon.
Yeah, so this is really for clerics, specifically Cuthbertian, but who knows, maybe more than that clerics, which none of us are. Otherwise, it's a pretty nice club, and I got like a mental picture off of it of a lot of skulls being cracked with it. So I don't know. Can you use a shield?
I don't know. I've never really learned to use one before.
Oh, okay.
So I don't
Well-
think I can. I mean, not very effectively anyway.
Sure.
Anyone can hold it up in front of me.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll trade you if you think you can use this.
She holds up the shield.
What do you
Well,
think?
I'll hold on to it.
Well then, hand me. I'll take the club if you would like the shield.
Okay.
Okay.
She hands him the shield.
Okay. Anything else from Xanthi before we move on? Okay. Desmond, is there anything that you would like to do before taking a long rest? Aside from the conversation you just had with Xanthi, doing some wheeling and dealing.
Tell me if this would be possible. Des has a spell called Comprehend Languages.
Mm-hmm.
He can cast it as a ritual.
Okay.
If he casts that based on memory or conjuring a minor illusion of the lanterns, would he be able to... He's going to try to read the script that he saw on the lanterns downstairs using Comprehend Languages.
So you're going to basically create an illusion of what you saw to the best of your ability, and then try to use a second spell to identify what the glyphs mean on it.
Well, just to see if he can based on what he saw, once he casts the spell, if he remembers what it says, basically, if he can read what it says based on memory.
You can certainly try. I would say because you didn't sit with the lanterns and investigate them, it's going to be really difficult to do.
Okay.
So if you would like to try it, which you certainly can, you can give me we'll call it an investigation check.
Not great. 13.
Okay, that's not bad. You conjure to the best of your ability, the image of this lantern and the carvings that you were able to see. And then you are going to cast Comprehend Languages as a kind of a follow-up while you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm assuming neither of these are concentration spells. One is a cantrip, right? Minor illusion.
Yeah, one is a cantrip and one is
okay.
Ritual.
Sure. All right, so you do so. What you learn from this is that it's not a language per se.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to be a word or series of words, perhaps names. They would be difficult for you to pronounce. They look almost as if they are alien in nature. But the gist of the spell that you cast, because this allows you to comprehend languages, even if you have never seen them before, gives you a sense of void, darkness, swallowing the light. You also get a sense, because of your high intelligence, I would say that there's probably some of the script that you didn't see on the lanterns. But yes, it's a very strange script. But you do a pretty good job of combining those two, and you get the sense that these are in Sorcel, there's a magic to them that has to do with some sort of a void. Not a void, but void. All right.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just think about that for a while.
Okay.
Get ready to crash.
Cool use of those two spells for sure. All right. And then we'll go to Xanthi. Excuse me, to Nori.
Nori, before Xanthi slips into Dez's room, she's gonna go up to you and say, "Still hungry. Can I have that pie?"
strange
Muted.
death. No, I'm not.
Okay.
Oh, you want to eat this strange death pie
Yeah.
of unknown animal origin?
Well, you guys aren't gonna eat it, right? I mean, you don't want it. I'm a gnome. I've got great constitution. Just let me eat it.
I
gotta-
mean,
I'm not only hungry, but I think maybe I want to. We'll see what happens.
well, you do you. You only live once, right?
YOLO. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. She slips into
Hopefully.
Jess's room.
See you never. Okay, I'll take the pie into my own room,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start eating it.
How much
maybe
are you
I
gonna
cut
eat?
half. How big is it? I mean, is it like a
You could probably get
large
four.
pizza size? Or
No, you could probably get 4 servings out of it. Four
okay,
nice
all right.
sized pie pieces.
I will eat 1 serving to start and give it an hour and see what happens.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. All right, that's
tingly, guys.
it's not bad. It's a 21.
Okay. Yeah, you eat the pie. It is absolutely delicious.
I think
The spice, the vegetables that are in it, the meats have been seasoned to perfection. You grow drowsy within minutes of consuming the pie. About a half an hour passes, maybe 45 minutes. You let out a deep, extremely satisfying yawn. You can tell that sleep is not far off. What do you do?
eat another serving.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
YOLO, you guys.
We're gonna overdose on pie? What's
13.
happening here?
You only pie once.
Yopo.
As you finish the second serving, before you even have a chance to set the spoon down, your eyes go wide. The spoon drops from your hand. I imagine you're sitting on the bed. You slump down onto the bed and fall asleep almost instantly after swallowing the last bite. You hear music playing as you slumber. It's soothing, reminiscent of a summer day in the Cron Hills on the family farm. You feel alive. You feel a vibrancy. You open your eyes. The colors are overwhelming. The breeze blowing, a warmth of the sun, a bluebird day. You can hear laughter. You can smell the delicious aroma of your mother's cooking. It is a vivid and wonderful, heartwarming, extremely realistic dream of you at your home. You see the dog running by, as it does, running out to the nearby patch of woodland. Your brother chasing it. Come on, Nori, let's go!
We'll run after him right away. Giggling. I'm probably throwing my arms in the air too, because I am delighted at this. I'm younger and my hair's longer too. So that's all flying all over the place.
You chase after your brother and the dog to the wood, where you and your brother spent hours and hours building a tree fort so that you could have your own place, away from your parents, away from the adults, stocked with all manner of trinkets that you've picked up, perhaps a few books, perhaps some
Homemade
games.
set of cards with some dirty pictures we drew on them. And a rope to swing to another tree. Dangerously high.
Always the daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful, Nora, you're gonna hurt yourself.
It'll be fine. Now, don't be such a baby.
Will it be fine? And then he pushes you off and you swing on the rope over to the other tree, laughing the whole way. It's a good thing you didn't fall that time. Send it over.
Throw it back.
You swing the rope back over and he grabs it and he just smiles at you and goes, "These are the best days of our lives, Nori." And then he swings back across. And that's where everything goes dark. Not in a sad way, but in a happy way, in a way that makes you feel refreshed. Makes you feel as though your spirit has been filled. And that, my friends, is where we are going to end tonight's session. And we will come back next week as our heroes take a long rest in a very strange place, but as Jarl suggested, a sanctuary amidst the shadowy realm that you found yourselves in. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight and getting goofy in the chat. We really appreciate it. We had a hype train. We had a bunch of cheering, some resubs. Hey, if you guys like what we're doing and you haven't liked the channel yet, please do. Please follow us. I think that's what it's called. And if you are and you want to support us, please consider a sub. And what we do is we turn around with your support and we support folks like CZRPG and Tabletop Audio and Dyson Maps and all the other good folks that create content that we get to use in our games because it's freaking sweet. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. We do have a giveaway from CZRPG, so if you want to get in on that action, please type !drawing. Thank you, Old School FRP. Great to see you. You are entered into the drawing. Again, really, really appreciate you guys. Let's go around the virtual table here and do some outros. Please stick around. We are going to raid into some of our friends. I'm going to be setting that up as we bounce around here. Let's go ahead and start with Shelly. Let's start with you. Great session
All
tonight,
right.
Shell.
Great session. Hey, it's Shelly, also known as Flea Monkey, also known as Hey, it's Flea Monkey on Instagram and Threads. You can find me here every Tuesday night and every other Wednesday right now over on Tithalanos' channel doing Pathfinder. And yeah, I think that's probably it.
All
Thanks,
right.
you guys.
We'll head on over to Ashley.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, also known as Minnesota Muse. You can find me on our Discord or on Blue Sky, or you can find me as Minnesota Muse 99 on Threads. This is the only show I'm on right now, so you'll have to come back and see me next week on Tuesday.
We shall return next Tuesday. Great to have you, Ashley. I had so much fun hanging out with you and the gang over the weekend. It was a blast. We'll jump over to Andy G3D.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy, also known as Andy G3D here on Twitch. Thank you so much to everybody for the bits and the subs tonight. Total hype train we had going on. That was awesome. You can find me hanging out on our Discord server. Come on over there and join up if you haven't already. We like hanging out. We like playing games, and you never know, we might play games with you. But yeah, you can find me here every Tuesday night playing Daz, dodging curses, despite Dave's best efforts.
We'll see.
You never know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You might be
don't know.
cursed
I don't
already.
know.
Yeah,
I'm probably cursed as we speak.
it's
You never
possible.
know.
Anything's possible. Thanks, Andy. It was also awesome seeing you. Great that you're able to fly in to participate in the con and the other shenanigans. Chad, let's jump over to Chad. Welcome back, buddy. Glad that you were able to get back in the game. We missed you, and we're happy that you're here. What do you have going on? Tell us what's up.
What's up, everybody? Chad here. Find me here on Tuesdays playing Heroes of Greyhawk. Thanks, Dave, for the game. Good job. It was fun. It was great. It was dark. It was crazy. Don't put Aurum back in the bag.
Glad you had fun.
Not in the bag. No, no, no,
Get in the bag.
no. Hilariously, I
Get
just
in the
watched
bag.
Matrix the other day, and it's the same idea with all that fluids around it. And
Yeah, totally.
no, perfect. Yeah, no, that's all I got going on.
All right. Well, thanks for being back. We're glad to have you back here. All right, let's go and give some loot away, guys. We do have the giveaway. If you want to get in on it, please type !drawing. This is some fantastic content and a big chunk of content from our friends at CZRPG. 252 pages, a bunch of locations, a bunch of counters, so many maps, custom art, a bunch of new creatures, player options, etc. This thing is on the drive-through RPG for like $25, but we're going to give a copy of it away. So get in on the action, and you've got about a second left as I am sort of stalling a little bit to see if we get anybody else in here. We've got some good odds. So let's go ahead. Without further ado, Ashley, give us a countdown, please.
All right, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, here it is. Let's see who the big winner is. Armin, our good friend from
Armin.
New Zealand, has won the giveaway. Armin, are you still with us, sir?
I think he did sign off.
He may have signed off. Oh, hey, thanks for the raid.
He wrote
Broken
that if I
Brain
win
Games.
the drawing, give it to the next worthy.
All right.
Oh.
Well, okay, so we had a bunch of raiders that just jumped in. What's up, Broken Brain Games? Hope you were having fun with your One Ring game. It looked awesome. Thanks for the raid. If you want to be in, we're going to redraw the giveaway, !drawing. So get in. We're going to do this in a second. You don't have a whole lot of time, so please, sorry that we're just about to sign out, but if you want to win something, !drawing, you might be able to win. All right, so Ashley, let's do another, please.
All right, last chance, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, here we go. Old School FRP, you are the lucky
Ew.
winner. I believe you're still here. I think I saw you just a second ago. Congrats. You are the winner tonight. Congratulations. All right. So cool. All right, guys. So we are going to raid into Prometheus 2128. It's been a while since we have, so let's give them some love. It looks like they're playing some D&D, Trouble in Ore Lane. Let's give them some love. Everybody love each other. Have a great week. We'll see you on Thursday for our next episode of The Freelancers with my good friend Dungeon Mr. Ty behind the Dungeon Master screen. Udahime, Lamar the Con Guy, Alan Henry, and myself playing in that game, having a blast. That's a wild game. You're going to have to come by on Thursday to check it out, my friends. All right, here we go. We're going to start this raid. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. We will see you on Thursday. Adios.
Bye.